when you started your career in Hollywood, you started networking your butt off right away.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I know you got your first job at Warner Brothers in '74 as a legal clerk, which is really kind of funny, like a glorified sort of courier at that point, right?
Yes.
Clerk, clerk in air quotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, here, you take this envelope and you bring it over there. But you made the best of that. Tell us what you did to make that a job that wasn't just soul-sucking.
You almost didn't define it as demeaning as it really was.
Right, yeah. I'm trying to cut you a little slack. But you turned it into, like, a really good opportunity.
I turned this absolutely a zero job into, like, an amazing opportunity. So it was a zero job, just like you said.
Yeah.
My job was just to deliver papers, Warner Brothers documents, if they even had happened. So the first week I just sat in an office this big, no windows, just looking around at the, somebody caught me once. Jeff Katzenberg said, I saw you. I was sitting back in my chair. I was throwing pencils into the ceiling. Actually, a ceiling like this, because he brought it up to me only last night, because I had a book party, actually. And so he goes, remember when I met you? You were throwing pencils into the ceiling.
Like trying to stick pencils into acoustic tiles by throwing them really hard?
That's what I was doing.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Well,
I've never been that bored, I guess.
Yeah. No, I was at the height of boredom. And then eventually they said, okay, it's a week later, deliver these papers to Warren Beatty. And I had to deliver papers to Warren Beatty, who was living and working out of the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. And an assistant was down there and said, hand me the papers, punk, that kind of thing. And I said, I made this up. I was 22. I said, the papers are legal documents that aren't valid unless I hand them directly to Mr. Beatty.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, give me the fucking papers. And so I said, I'm sorry, but they're invalid, and I would have to go back to the office to Warner Brothers in Burbank with the papers. All right. So then I got upstairs. My job was now just to hand them to Beatty. But I turned it into like a conversation.
Sure.
And I was really enthusiastic, and I lit up, I guess, and he lit up back, and I turned that transaction into like an hour conversation. Then I thought, I can do this all the time.
Right.
I can do it every time I have to deliver papers.
Right.
So I remember William Peter Blatty wrote the book The Exorcist.
Wow.
Big best-selling book. I can name all these big names. But when I had no one to deliver something to, which quite often occurred, I would just do outgoing calls to people that I admired in the movie business. So I'd write a letter to Lou Wasserman. They didn't have emails in the day. And then I'd follow up immediately with a phone call saying, I just sent a letter to Mr. Wasserman, and my name is Brian Grazer, and they'd hear my fresh, excited young voice fresh out of college. And they always said yes. I mean, I did say, I work at Warner Brothers. This is unassociated with studio business, but I want to meet your boss for the following reason, and I guarantee you I do not want a job. In other words,
That's
indemnified. Important. Yeah, it was a very essential ingredient because I indemnified them from embarrassment.